At this time, I'd like to call the regular meeting, excuse me, the regular meeting of the board, the Plattsburgh Municipal Light Department order. It's 5:30 p.m. on August 29th. Let the record show that councilors Bond, Avery. Sorry. Yeah.
I thought you were doing the who isn't here. You're doing the who is here.
Yes, let the record show Councilor Bond, Avery, Talon, and Manette are present. Councilors Gibbs and Moore are absent. First item of business, reporting on the minutes of the previous meetings. I'll take a motion to approve the minutes and place them on file among the public records in the MLD office. Motion by Councilor Talon, second by Councilor Avery. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried. You report on the financials? I'll take a motion to report, take a motion to accept the financial report. Motion.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Councilor Manette, second by Councilor Avery. Discussion.
Okay, once again, this month, our revenues was ahead of our expenses, which is good. Pretty much July has in the past, because you got several years, so you can see it's been pretty good for us. The one thing I will draw to your attention is the Rex execs that we have to pay to support the state's green initiative. We are over $2 million at this point. It looks like by the end of this year, we'll be well over 3 million. The Rex execs are on an upward trajectory, and they will be increasing as we move along with the green program. And that's pretty much all I got at this point for financial.
Any further discussion? All in favor to accept the financial report as presented? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried. We'll move on to the departmental reports. Please.
Yes, I got the work in progress there, it's a page and a half. I'm not going to read it to you, but pretty much what has kept us busy the last couple of months have been thunderstorms in this area. We've taken a number of lightning strikes on our system. We've had some damage, the worst being at the beginning of August. We had a strike over by the police station on Pine Street there, and it took out the underground feed from the pole that went over to the PD's transformer, killed that. It also killed the transformer. Fortunately, it didn't go into the building, do any damage in there. So we had to replace the underground primary going to the transformer, and we had to replace the transformer. We also took a hit several poles down on the metering pole that supports the Stafford School. In fact, the pole was on fire at one point. We had to put a new pole in and rebuild that whole metering. Fortunately for the school, it was a recess, summer vacation, so all the power was shut off in there. And as far as we could tell with the custodial staff, there was no damage done to any of their equipment in there because it was all turned off. They're all back on, so the school building will be ready for start of school next week. No problem. As far as IUP is concerned, all the projects are complete with it, except for two. The repay program is still in progress, and some of the installation programs are still ongoing. That's pretty much all I have along with those items.
Thank you. Item number 4. Do these all at once. Item number 4, accepting that. You typically take these all at once.
Yeah, the council usually have maybe more than that. The council votes on them all at once.
All right, gotcha. Item number 4, a motion to accept the bids as presented. Motion by Councilor Avery, second. Councilor Bond, discussion. Any questions about these? No?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried. Item number 5, motion to accept the monthly write-offs. Take a motion.
I motion.
Counselor Manette, second. Counselor Avery, discussion.
What's the grand total, just out of curiosity? If you don't have a grand total, do not stand there and add it, because I'm good.
Oh,
I was-
what are you
Of
talking
the
about, right
write-offs?
for the year?
No, right, of this monthly.
The
one.
monthly.
Oh, I mean. It's
We have
probably,
July, August, and September, so.
yeah, it's probably about $7,000. In a couple of $1 million program.
Yeah, it looks to be about 7,200, about that, just about
Yeah.
that.
But you can see the percentages are not even 1%, they're a fraction of 1%.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried. Any old business, Bill?
None that I'm aware of.
Is there any new business that come before this board?
You had mentioned last time, I believe, that there were delinquent payments or something like that, where people hadn't paid and you would drop, or you had gone after them or something like that.
Oh, we do that
Yeah,
every
it-
month.
That's not in here at all? I
Yeah,
didn't see that.
that's what you just, that's what
we
you
just-
just
okay, that's-
voted up there.
Oh.
Those are the ones
Like,
that have left the district. Or
okay, that's that.
the city,
I see.
or the county, I should say, because we can't take them to court. The court only has jurisdiction within the
Right.
thing.
Okay.
They moved outside the area. So yes, we are chasing people on a weekly basis. We are shutting people off. Like 20 or 30 a week, and lots of times it's the same people every month.
Oh, wow, okay.
I don't know why, if they called us up and told us that they can't make the payment on the due date, that they do it another date. We write that down and we'll accept that. But then they don't call us. Then we have to send out notices and stuff, and they get a penalty added on.
I get you.
But sometimes, like I said, it's the same people month to month to month.
Okay,
Bill, if I don't pay my bill, and I move away and my amount, the amount that I owe comes up as a write-off here.
Mhm.
And then I move back and I try to open an account. Do I owe the amount that's already been written off?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
The write-off is strictly for the Public Service Commission to accomplish keep the books good. However, the bill will still be in the finances computer system. If you come back in and they see it there, they will bring it back to your attention that you need to resolve that in order to get your power turned back on.
Gotcha.
that makes sense.
This is strictly a bookkeeping thing that we are required by state regulation.
Gotcha.
All the utilities have to do that.
Okay.
Give you an example, a few years ago, we had a gentleman that worked for one of the TV stations. He left us with a considerable bill. I think it was nearly $600. He moved to Kentucky. The mayor at the time, it's about 15 years ago, the mayor at the time wrote several letters to him. He ignored them all. I think they were even returned to him, he didn't accept them. And it just happened one morning, a few years later, one of my clerks was watching the morning news. And there was a guy on TV. Except this time, he didn't move into Plattsburgh, though he was working on the side of the lake. But he lived over in Vermont. It took 2 years to chase him. And it cost us another $300 or $400 to finally get him to pay up. And he wound up having to pay what he owed, as well as almost the whole cost of us, because we had to subpoena him a number of times. We had to subpoena him at his home in Chittenden County, and then we had to subpoena him over here, and we had subpoenaed his employer. In the end, his employer made him pay.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, that's one of the ones
Pay
where
your
we
electric
did,
bill?
that we did actually, took a while, but we actually got the money in the end.
Bill. I ever had somebody owe me money, I'm coming to talk to you. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah, well, the problem is, if they leave the area, you can't really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You'd have to go to wherever they, if you knew where they were living, you'd have to go to the court in that area. And. Because in order to get one of these through the court, you've got to go 3 or 4 times.
yeah,
And all the court will give you is a judgment. They typically, when they issue the judgment, they don't pay up. They may not pay up, we've had seen people up to 10 years later pay up,
Hmm.
because the judgment, the court notifies the 3 credit bureaus. So the fact that they were delinquent on their utility bill will show up on their credit rating. So if they get,
Yeah.
if they go get a credit card, buy a house, a boat, car, when they run their credit statement, delinquent accounts is the first, or derogatory information is the first thing that comes up.
yeah,
And they can't get the loan until they get that off of there.
huh,
And then they also have to pay, I think it's still 9% interest from the time when they defaulted.
wow.
gotcha. Thank you. Any other new business? Seeing none, I'll take a motion to adjourn this meeting. Counselor Bond, second by Counselor Talon, all in favor. Aye. Any opposed? We're now adjourned. Thanks, folks. Thanks, Bill.
You're drinking dinner.
Who's first one?